What's up, Internet, and welcome to Face to Face Gaming Podcast, episode 26. My name is Thompson. Your name is?
Well, what's your name?
Kyle.
God damn it, Kyle.
Brennan.
I am Steve.
Special guests, Kyle and Steve.
Okay, well, that's a great start. Anyway, this is July 22nd, coming out on the 25th or something. Sure, whatever. Numbers. And it's been a year. This is
Really?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
I know, right? Yeah, this has been...
Happy birthday to us.
I was considering joining in, but I was like, nah.
I didn't really plan on going past the first line.
Good. Yeah, it's been a year. Yeah, go us, I guess.
I didn't think we'd been up to this for so long.
Yeah?
Well, we've done it for every, 2 weeks for the last year, apparently.
Not quite.
Well, mathish. It's been a
I think
year.
we missed one.
Did we miss one?
I think we missed one.
I don't think we missed one.
I think it was around Christmas.
Yeah, we might have missed something too, because one of us...
yeah.
Christmas, we probably didn't do anything.
Yeah, Christmas was a motherfucker.
It's
Right.
Christmas.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, it did happen.
Mm-hmm. So, what you been playing?
Well, I guess I'll go first.
Sure.
I think I've been playing the least. I kind of went back to... I did go back to Dota, which I've been more
You've been
solid
watching
in.
the Invitational at all?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah, I did.
yes.
I
I was watching it too.
The last game was pretty crazy. It essentially ended up with one team fight. In the fifth game, like the last game, there's a character called Enigma, where what he does is it centers on him, and he sucks everybody in. He got pretty much everybody, but didn't kill their carry. And he pretty much charged their Nexus, their Ancient, and just killed it.
Wow.
That's how.
This
That's
was
how.
late game then.
Yeah, end of the game.
Well,
Just-
this was a long game, I should say then.
Yeah. They couldn't kill him. They just couldn't fucking kill him. So he was just like, fuck you.
Which game was this? Because there was 4 games.
It was... Oh, God. The hell were the teams? DK and...
No, it was Vici and Newbie.
Who the fuck was it?
Doesn't really matter.
No, not really.
Team A and Newbie.
Yes.
Because Newbie won. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, whatever. How much was their cut?
Like 6 mil.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, it was a little bit over 6 mil.
Yeah, 6. I guess it was
Half the prize pool, essentially.
basically. That would have been about 6 mil then.
And I've
That's-
heard sounds of like because the prize pool is only a fraction of what was actually fundraised, and it was something like 37 million.
Oh, yeah. Like, if I...
I want to say it was 10%, but maybe that's too small.
No,
10% of the... No, it was... Like, when I was... I bought Compendium.
as you do.
And I bought some points for the Compendium.
Yeah.
I ended up spending probably like, I don't know, $50, call it.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I got a bunch of cool items though.
Well, you see, and that's thinking back on it, like if you spent $50 on it, I mean, there's lots of people who were like rabid about that thing. How much could they have spent? Like hundreds?
Well, and here's the
Easily.
thing. It actually tells you, it says, tournament prize pool, 11.6 million, blah, blah, blah. And underneath it's like, you've contributed $11.
Yeah.
So by the end of it, I think it was like $12.50 by the time I was done. I contributed $12.50 to $11 million.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is just stupid.
Stupid awesome. Like it was great. The
Yeah.
thing was on ESPN for crying out loud.
Yeah,
Like,
they put it on.
awesome.
They put it on ESPN 2, didn't they?
3.
Was it?
But
wasn't
the
the final was
final
on
was
2?
on 2.
Yeah, which is like dumbfounding for like
Like this
computer games.
That's
just
like legitimacy right there.
yeah.
like-
Even if it is ESPN 2, it's not ESPN 1. But God,
So
that's one day to dream of where you can watch the NBA finals and then immediately after watch two teams stomp the crap out of each other on Dota.
yeah.
Prize pool was 11 million. First place got about 5.
Shit.
5. No, I thought it was around 6. Well, it doesn't matter.
Nope.
A large amount of money.
Anyway, but probably the bigger thing was, I will add one note. I went to try to play Hearthstone.
Yep.
Because they released the story mode.
Yep.
I could not get on Hearthstone.
Yep.
And then I just gave up and said, fuck it, I'll play it later in the week.
Fair enough.
So next time this rolls around, I should have played it. I did, however, get invited into the Heroes of the Storm technical alpha.
Yeah, I was wondering how that was going.
Good. You know what? It's a really fun game.
It seemed, just looking at it, that was about the right speed for a MOBA for me. That was about what I was looking for.
Yeah.
I have no interest in learning Dota or League any more than I already have, just because I don't want to invest the hundreds of hours it requires in order to,
Well, even like
kind of learn that shit.
Blizzard's already stated that they aren't calling it a MOBA. They're calling it a online multiplayer brawler or something along those lines.
Oh, is that the one where you've got like the big ass characters and little guys? I know very little, but I recall seeing a screenshot where there was this huge motherfucker with like a big gun or something.
Okay, yeah. There is like you probably saw the one of Tychus where his ult, you essentially turn into a mech.
Nice.
It's actually pretty cool. How much do you know about this game?
Very little.
Okay. Well, long story short, there's no items.
Okay.
The level is team shared. So if you're killing minions,
Yeah.
you're getting experience for the whole team.
Interesting.
So it actually shows at the top of the screen, there's a bar on either side that tells you the opposing team's level.
So it's like a tug of war back and forth.
No,
No?
it's just more of this is how much you are behind.
Huh. Still, I like that. I
Yeah,
think that's
it's
cool.
still like the standard. Like, I'll use the Dragon Shrine map as an example. It's 3 lanes, 2 top, 2 bottom, 1 mid.
Mm-hmm.
In the top lane, there's a shrine. In the bottom lane, there's a shrine. In the middle lane, there's a dragon knight.
Okay.
So at a point during the game, bottom lane has to hold that tower or that shrine.
Yeah.
Top lane has to hold the shrine. And if your team holds both shrines, middle lane can activate the statue. And then the statue goes on a murderous rampage down mid
one
lane.
of the player who activates become that statue.
Oh, you mean the dragon statue?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that was a
It
key
animates.
detail.
So-
it's like, what the fuck's a statue?
Anyway, so it's cool. Like when you level up, you have access to your first 3 skills at the start of the game.
Yeah.
So your QWE. And as the game progresses and you level up, you can modify certain stats. Like I'll take Kudrin Wildhammer's one of the guys you can play. Is like one of the talents that you get when you level up is you can make either his hammers that he throws bounce, or you can give him a percentage of lifesteal. And that's your choice. There's 2 locked ones underneath that I haven't progressed far enough into the game to figure out what the hell they do.
Yeah, because interestingly enough, the things you gain access to by leveling in-game are actually dictated by your level outside the game, your account level.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, because if your account level like 8, that increases the pool in which the pool of skills you have access to inside each match.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm only like level 5.
Yeah.
So
Still sounds.
Anyway, no,
that sounds
it's-
I was interested enough that I actually went and applied for the beta or whatever the hell I wanted to call it.
yeah, well, right now it's the technical alpha, and the reason I got in is they released it to internationally.
Okay.
So I was in the first batch that was an American citizen. I got
see.
in, so that was pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Anyway, no, I have pretty high hopes for it. It's still got the same business model, but I'm kind of.
I'm
There's
not
2 different
complaining.
kinds of business models. There's the Riot business model, and then there's just the Dota business model.
I think it's
This is the Riot business model.
yeah,
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with either. I mean, they
which
both work.
is unfortunate because Blizzard has the capabilities to just make enough money to keep the game going on skins.
If they wanted to, sure.
But Blizzard is like, as much as like I've played every Blizzard game ever made except for StarCraft 2. They are very interested in making money.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
they're
that's-
very good at it.
Yeah, that's been clear since what 2001.
Whenever WoW came out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. There was a racing game they did.
Oh yeah. God,
It wasn't Rock and Roll Racing. It was before Warcraft, for fuck's sake.
They made the Lost Vikings for one.
Yeah.
And then they made was it called Rock and Roll Racing?
I don't think it was. That was
I can remember
I thought it was
playing it
someone else.
because it was playing Sabbath the whole time you were racing.
Oh, maybe it was Rock and Roll Racing.
It's
then.
got to be then.
Yeah. No, that was a fun game.
Yeah, and that was what, SNES?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, that was that weird isometric race.
Yeah.
And you're going off ramps and shit.
Yeah.
45-degree angle.
That was a fucking... I like those games. I really did.
Yeah, they have not had a good resurgence. A couple people have tried to put new ones out on Steam, including a couple, quote-unquote remakes of Rock and Roll Racing, some of which literally just stole the assets from the original Rock and Roll Racing. That got pulled down pretty quickly.
Well, yeah.
Now, either or, it is the League business model, but I still think it's going to be fun. It's one of those things that it's a lot easier to just jump in, mess around, and jump out.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah, which I'm
I'm totally okay with that. It sounds like a lot of fun.
Far more interested in the casual experience of that
Yes.
than I am in trying to get good at League or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm done with that.
On the note of League, though, since January, I've played 5 League games.
Yeah.
I did
more
go
than that.
back on the weekend because Drader was playing, and we did play some Doom bots of Doom,
Mm-hmm. As you do.
and it is an absolute clusterfuck mess.
Yeah,
Like,
I heard.
Dear God.
I was live streaming last night, or was it the night before? It doesn't matter. I was live streaming recently, and Lyndon and that crew, so Nick, Mike, those guys were all playing against Doombots, and they were just screaming the entire time.
Yeah, were they playing on 5?
I assume so.
God, it's you have no idea how ridiculous it is. Like, a Moo will come up your lane, and instead of just a Moo crying, he gives the aura to all the minions too.
Oh, God.
And then his alt range is like this instead of like this. And on top of that, he has an Anivia egg. Like, fuck off. Like, dear God.
You gotta think, I almost think that this is the end result of a really, really, really bad glitch in some patch that they just decided to run with.
Either that
If
or
it
they were
works.
just really, really bored and they're like, man, you know what would be awesome if Lux could shoot all directions of her alt at once.
What?
Yeah.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
in one of the modifications. When she alts, instead of just blah, it's blah, everywhere, every angle. The one Ez has
A circle.
yeah, Ez is yeah. Shut up. Ez is he shoots off his primary alt,
Yeah.
and then in the space he left as he moves away, it shoots 4 going this way, and then 4 going that way.
Oh, jeez.
The cardinal directions, for those of you who aren't actually watching, the cardinal directions and then
yes.
the combinations thereof.
It shoots one northeast,
both
south,
directions?
and west, and then it shoots one northeast, southwest, southwest, southeast. Or,
Thanks.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
That was painful.
God, I'm better at hand gestures.
That's okay.
I don't know. It was fun. It is not enough to make me go back and want to play League again.
No.
Because frankly, the one I did play, I was really bad at.
Fair
like
enough.
I've lost my ability to I used to be half decent at that game, and now not so much.
You growed up.
I don't know if it's even that. It's just I stopped playing it.
Exactly.
Right, and then I went and made it worse by going and playing other MOBAs
Like Dota.
like Dota, which is Dota's kind of like it, but not enough that you can just jump back and forth. You gotta readjust to things
Yeah,
like
No
simple-
B.
well, no B, and like not just the game mechanics in itself, but even like you're a lot closer.
Yes.
You
Like-
can't zoom the camera. I keep wanting to zoom the camera out. Like spacebar doesn't center your camera. That's what Drader couldn't play it because he couldn't spacebar to center on his character anymore. Like it's just shit like that. That it just
See, that's why you have to do it the new way, like me, and
Yes.
always center on the character.
oh
And
I
that
don't
way
do
you
that.
have no
Lock the
problems.
camera?
Yeah, exactly. If you do it the new way, you've got no problems. Just suck a lot, like
we
me.
really got to drag you into that game.
Yeah. No, we've been talking about that. Nick wants to do that too.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people actually lined up. So
Cool. You will have to
look for that in the future? Question mark?
Mhm.
Yeah. Anything? Sorry, anything else?
No. There was a note that me and Alex were talking about that I thought was a hilariously good idea, though.
What's
Have you seen the Tour de France simulator?
I heard of
Jesus.
it. I heard of it. I saw it on the Steam front page the other day. What's its deal?
I have never played it. From what Alex
I
has
have
told
no
me,
interest in playing
Yes,
it.
from what it sounds like, it's terrible.
Is it funny? Like,
No,
funny
not
terrible?
after about the first 30 seconds. Because these races go for 2 hours.
Jeez.
It's a Tour de France simulator.
Yeah.
It's the Tour de France.
So, do you need like a pedal controller or something?
No, not exactly. But you are biking, 140, 150 clicks
Yeah.
in some. Well, I'm not going to say it's quite real time, but you are going bike speeds.
So, is it just like holding up for 2 hours?
It's not far off.
Oh, jeez.
I think they should open it up to the Steam Workshop
No shit. That'd be awesome.
and put in some like Road Rash style playing.
Yeah.
Because that would be the most entertaining game I've ever played in my life.
So essentially, this is a desert bus.
Yeah, honestly, in a
On
lot
a
of
bike.
ways.
God.
Slightly more interactive than that, but not by much.
That's really funny, kind of concerning, but
There's a
odd-
forklift simulator, man.
And that forklift simulator fucking sucks. Did you watch a giant bomb quick click on
No.
that? It's so bad.
But it's like
so bad.
Germany is just.
No, this is beyond that.
But that's why they're like, hey, let's make a sim game. What should we make it of? I don't know, forklifts. The Germans will buy it. Okay, that's what
It's
they
big
do.
in Eastern Europe. It's weird.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, I understand, the importance and the appeal of these simulator games. Like, look at Spin Tires, for example.
See, Spin Tires
Look
is
at you-
different because that's like you can get 4 people in there and then you just end up screaming at each other like, I'm stuck, I'm drowning, somebody help me, I'm out of gas, come on guys, pull me.
Well, or think of like Euro Truck Simulator. Like that one's got a lot of good press
Euro
going
Truck,
around.
yes, Euro Truck Simulator had the added thing of like you get all the landscape like of Europe.
It was
as you're
also
driving
one of
through.
the first big ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then you take that fucking forklift simulator game, and it's just so like, okay, like it's beyond bad. Like, and then there's a zombie mode. They fucking attach a zombie mode for launch, and it's just like the worst thing ever.
What? Like
Yes.
there's zombies attacking you while you're trying to put things on shelves?
Essentially. You're
Cool.
like trying to escape while you're on a forklift. And you're running over zombies, and you get points for hitting them, and if you have like you can get like headshots if you have your forks in the right position. Like it's so dumb. Like entertaining to watch for about 15 minutes if the streamers are good. Like I said, check out the giant bomb quick click on it. But it's so bad. Like beyond bad. Like
I don't get
bad.
I don't get the appeal for them. Even Spin Tires. Like Spin Tires was fun, but it wasn't fun because of the game. It was fun because of the clusterfuck mess of communicating with you guys was.
Well, I agree and
trying
disagree.
to get your fucking Jeep out of the trees.
Yeah.
Hey, we got it out. But I agree and disagree with that.
You should have
because
seen the first set of trees we got stuck in.
it was super fucked. Oh my god. It was amazing. But yeah, the game is a lot of fun just to fuck around with, as you stated.
Yeah.
But I also find the game entertaining and almost like cathartic, just going through and solving small problems to get across the map. Like, I really do enjoy playing that game. I like that game a
Fair
lot.
enough.
It's more fun when you have multiple people and you're fucking around, but just as itself, I enjoy it. It's
Fair enough.
not necessarily going to hold my attention all the time, but I like it a lot.
It's something I definitely want to go back to,
Yeah.
but it's a very slow game. You're talking
Yeah.
many hours to complete a single map.
Well, Nick,
Yeah.
or sorry, no, it wasn't Nick and I, because when the 3.5 of us played,
Yeah, we
plus
tagged
Nick.
out.
Well, yeah, it was like you guys kind of tap out, and then yeah, with Nick, we never finished that map, and we were there for 4 fucking hours.
Which the one that I stayed
Yeah,
up late with?
yeah.
But Nick bailed.
And-
It was just you. When
Yeah.
everything was said and done, you were the only one left because I went and played on Alex's computer
Yeah,
when he
but
went to work.
oh, and here's the thing: like, we finished the one logging camp, but there's one on the other side of the river, and I got to where we got stuck, fell over, lost my load, and said, "Fuck it." Like, it was like the middle of the night, both in game and in real life.
Yeah.
It was just like tired, not grumpy, but it was just like,
To hell with this.
Exhausted.
To hell with
oh,
this.
totally. And I mean, I still, like I said, I really enjoy it. Well, okay, we played it online. I played it with a couple of guys that were watching the stream a few days after that. And we finished, what was it? Hill? No, I can't remember. It doesn't matter. We finished one level, and it took like 3.5 hours. And that was like us taking our time going through, and that I think that was with one objective.
Wow.
So, considering that we had 2 objectives to fill, and to be fair, on the river one, the objective is like on a paved road, so you just like lumber, boom, 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 done. But yeah, like it was.
Until you catch some air off a hill and stall your engine.
Yeah, that hill's pretty awesome. Well, it's just like whip, boop. For those of you listening at home, it was like whip, bump.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Because that helps so much.
I got it from you.
No, there was a lot less hand movements involved.
Yeah.
You could have gone like, you go up like, wee funk.
Better.
Yeah, which is exactly
Wee
what
funk
happened.
is obviously the best way of describing going up and falling down again.
It's also my Daft Punk cover band.
Wee funk.
Wee funk. Actually, that makes me think, because there's one achievement for getting 500 points of damage in one hit. So essentially, like, totally writing off your vehicle with one slam. And I'm curious on which levels you could do it on. The hill
Volcano?
Yeah, drive it into the volcano.
I don't know if you could do it on volcano. Just because you would have to, like hit straight on, as opposed to, like bouncing and hitting your tires. Like, it has to be, like, one solid hit.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. You, like, powered slide the Jeep off the edge.
yeah, true. But I think you could do it on hill, because, like, right at the start of hill, if you decide to deviate from the path and go, like, 20 meters south, it is, like, this with a whole bunch of, like, tree stumps in the way.
Okay.
And if you got enough speed and got off that thing, oh, man, you could do it. It's fun, though.
Anyway, got a little sidetrack there, but what have you been playing?
I've been playing a number of things. Started streaming a lot of Spelunky. Actually,
Spelunky.
all weekend I was streaming.
Really?
When my internet allowed it. Because Athena and her family's out in they're out in Calgary right now.
Okay.
So I've got the house myself, and due to the construction that's going on in my house, which is another long story, I set up my laptop, I got webcam, I got an extra monitor, and I've got it all set up in this, like, perfect live stream cocoon. And it's actually really perfect. Like, it's set up awesome. So I just, like, sit down, press play, go. And I streamed for at least 7 or 8 hours over the course of the weekend.
Fuck.
Yeah, at least. So played Spelunky. I want to make that a daily, honestly. There's definitely an appeal for it, and if I can get into the set up the Death Roulette.
Death Roulette.
Oh, you don't know about Death Roulette? Okay, so there's a couple of different games that it applies to, but in this case, Spelunky. You can go and watch a stream and then place a bet with their fake money system.
It's similar to Salty Bet, if you know what that is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just pick, that's exactly what it's based on. And then pick what death source, be it like bat or frog or whatever.
Like
Idiocy.
Yeah, like falling to your death, that kind of thing. Or betting that they go all the way.
Okay.
And yeah, it's a thing. It's definitely a thing.
Huh.
So I'm hoping to get into that. I don't know how my schedule is going to work with it, but I'm going to try. And then, we finished Battle Block Theater's single player mode, or the co-op.
Okay.
Holy fuck. Nick and I were just so mad. Like, it was just, like, grueling to get through the last levels. Like, just so fucking hard. And then, we finished that up and we're like, fine, done. We're never going to play this ever again. So, sorry guys, we're not going to play it again. We may play the multiplayer, because multiplayer is a lot of fun, but not the co-op. We're done. And then I talked to, you've met Tim, right?
Tim.
It doesn't matter. Buddy of mine from work.
Okay.
He was talking, or he started playing hardcore mode.
Okay.
And that's like alternative for co-op single player.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, if you die in in hardcore mode, you go right back to the beginning of the map.
Oh, fuck.
Fuck that. I considered doing it.
Turns it into a roguelike.
Yeah, but like the worst kind of roguelike, because you die in like 5 seconds. Like, it's like taking Super Meat Boy, adding floaty controls which, when you're playing with normal difficulty and you're fucking around, is a lot of fun. When you're trying to beat it, like, in a single run through without dying once, really sucks.
Fair enough.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I hold high remarks for this game, no matter what I'm saying about it right now, but no fucking way. Not for a second am I even thinking about that.
Fair enough.
Anyway, I was live streaming Transistor on Thursday.
Okay.
Oh, you finally picked it up?
Yep, I picked it up at the end of the Steam sale. Yeah, that sounds about right. And I decided I want to go through full playthrough, stream through.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 6-7 hours.
Yeah, so I figured a few episodes. It's good. It's really, really beautiful. Like, remarkably beautiful. I mean, I expected as much from Supergiant Games, but I found that I couldn't follow the story as well as I could in Bastion.
It's a lot less... How is the best way to put this? It's
Told?
It is inferred to a much greater degree than Bastion was, which literally had a narrator, whereas this one is best pieced together through the different unlocked logs, and there's a half decent sum up at the end.
Yeah, and I mean that's what I'm gathering. It's you find out the little information through the news posts that you come across.
Well, actually, yeah, the news posts and unlocking the different.
The different abilities.
The entries tied to each ability.
Man, like while I'm having trouble following the story, like got beard hair in my mouth. Like I'm enjoying like all the fine details that go with it. Like one, everything is super well written. Like there's so much character.
Yeah.
Just put into everything. But then there's like just
good voice acting too.
Amazing voice acting. But I mean, we all knew that going with Logan Cunningham. And like just like the crispness of the UI, like it is just absolute. Like just the small details, like the way the screen loads up, the way things pop in, the way that the level, like the small artifacts and level, like the little dots around the battle zone, the way things like come in a wave if you're switching between the modes, like the turn-based versus real-time modes, like, or not turn-based, but you know what I mean. That mode.
It's turn-based.
The hack-based thing.
It's turn-based.
Sure. Anyway, like everything about that game, I just love. Like it is really, really awesome. It's just I can't follow the story as well, but.
Are you having issues?
I need to take 5 minutes after this and just
adjust,
reset. Really,
fair enough.
This mic stand.
Yeah, this mic is kind of
wonky.
Yeah,
it's still centered properly. It's just I have to hold the bloody thing.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Fair enough. Anyway,
we streamed more Broforce, so that was the thing.
Oh, Broforce.
We were doing the online co-op, which which unfortunately is essentially the old campaign co-op.
Okay.
Which is fine, but it's just you can't do like the race mode or you can't do the death match or anything like that.
Okay.
Which
yet or at all?
I assume yet.
Okay.
I hope yet.
It is still early access.
It is still early access, and I mean they've been putting in content every month, and they are definitely working towards it, working hard towards it. So I wouldn't be surprised if one day down the road they'll have it. But right now, it currently doesn't, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But that said, in local co-op, it still has everything, and I want to do. We need to do another local co-op setup before you go.
Yeah, running out of time here. At least if we're doing it on our weekend.
Yeah, no kidding. I don't know when, but we need to do it sometime.
Because I know August is pretty busy.
August is really busy.
Oh shit.
Sundays not so much. Lots of Saturdays booked.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. And the last game that's on my list is Gods Will Be Watching.
The clusterfuck make you feel like a sadist / sociopath?
I wouldn't necessarily say sadist. Sociopath, maybe?
You can definitely run it as a sadist simulator.
Yeah, you could. You definitely could. Well, as I was explaining to you earlier, like, I was live streaming it on Sunday? Yeah. And usually when I'm live streaming, I'm talking the entire time. Half the time I'm just pulling shit out of my ass. I'm just talking, just going. Mm-hmm. And, I had a very, very, very hard time keeping a conversation. It was just like staring at the screen going, oh, fuck. What do I do now? Oh my god, he's like, that guy's freaking out. Oh god, that guy ran for the door. Oh no. Oh, he's dead now. Oh god, what's going on? I gotta restart. Oh shit. And wash, rinse, repeat for like 2 hours, and I'm like, I need a break.
Fair enough.
For a game that basically only has you clicking on things, clicking on choice options.
It is truly a point and click adventure.
Well, are you interacting with the environment at all?
No, you're just interacting with people.
So yeah, it's dialogue options.
People and Marvin.
Marvin.
Fuck's Marvin?
The dog. He's cute. But yeah, it's heavy. It's really fucking heavy.
Fair enough.
It's really good. It's really well written, and you get really invested in the characters and their story.
And then you watch them die horribly?
Well,
Sometimes.
not necessarily watch them die horribly. You know about their impending deaths.
Sometimes it's just inferred.
Yes, you definitely know that there's a lot of death and suffering going on.
How like life?
Yeah, no shit. Oh my god, yeah. It's a, like, don't get me wrong, it's an awesome game. I'm really enjoying it, but it's tough. Well, one, it's really hard. Like, it's a really hard game.
Yeah. Trying to get the right choices down.
Yeah, well, the thing is, with every scenario that I've come across so far, there is some sort of really shitty situation that you have to negotiate through.
It's kind of the entire point of the game.
Yeah, the entire time. And, I mean, it's just like, how do you deal with juggling all of the potential fuckery at once?
I'm going to stop touching it now.
Yes.
Mike is following.
We're trying to have a serious discussion over here.
Jeez.
God.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, maybe before Alex breaks his mic stand, what have you been playing?
Basically, I got 2 games worth mentioning. The first one is something we played together, actually. Abyss Legend.
Oh,
Abyss Odyssey, sorry.
That game was actually really, really fun.
Yeah.
Did you see it come up on Steam at all?
I saw it come up on Steam, but I didn't take note of it.
Very, very similar to Rogue Legacy.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's actually made by the guys who did Xenonauts. What is this? Ace Productions? Ace?
That's not Xenonauts.
It wasn't.
Xenonauts was Goldhog.
Ace Team. You sure?
I am absolutely positive. I gave them a lot of money to get into the game. I know.
Oh, not shit, what the fuck? Xenoclash, sorry.
Okay.
Xenoclash.
Yeah, first-person melee combat.
Yeah.
Really fucked up character design.
Yeah. Okay, I remember that.
Weird South American.
They're Chilean.
Were they Chilean? Did we ever figure that out?
I'm pretty sure the company's from Chile. Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't remember if it was Chile or Argentina.
Somewhere in South America.
Yeah.
Southern South America.
Basically one of possibly the only dev team I know.
I have no idea of any games that have ever come out of this.
Papa and Yo is the only other one that came out of Brazil.
Well, there's a lot of awesome devs in Brazil. So,
Wait. That's all I know about. I know nothing about
Fair enough.
Brazilian gaming.
Anyway, yeah, it's like I said, it's very similar to Rogue Legacy, which is to say it's a procedurally generated, side-scrolling kind of roguelike button masher. Although button mashing isn't quite much in the same way that button mashing would get you a certain ways into Rogue Legacy, button mashing will get you a certain ways into
you still gotta know
Abyss Odyssey.
Know when to dodge and block.
But we never block. We smack each other in the face a lot, but we never block.
Technically, I don't hit you as often as I hit you with a fireball.
Yeah, you land on fire a lot. It's actually got a much different kind of combat system than Rogue Legacy, which is basically
hack and don't die.
Well, Rogue Legacy was a 1 button, 2 button if you count magic.
Yeah. 2 button.
Plus jump. Whereas this is almost a pseudo fighting system style, where you end up putting together, juggling combos or jugglers into, launchers into jugglers into, sweepers into, special moves.
Yeah.
All kind of tied into different button combinations and movements of the analog stick. So it's actually, I'm not going to say it's deep, but it's certainly a lot more
complex.
Yeah, it requires a little bit more skill or input from the player in order to progress. That being said, I enjoyed the art style. It was
cool.
yeah. I'm not really sure. I can't think of a good analog. Just looking at the screenshots, it's I don't know. There's a devil playing the violin. I don't know.
Oh,
A Mexican devil in a sombrero and an acoustic guitar. It's an acoustic guitar, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Possibly classical guitar. Not really sure which.
Yeah, I remember seeing a screenshot of it. Okay, yeah, now I know what this is.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun with it, rather. And there is multiplayer. There's versus, which we never explored at all.
No.
And then there's cooperative, 2-player cooperative, which is...
Essentially, it was, you're at the boss. Hey, maybe you could use a hand. That's how that started.
Yeah, literally, you were actually sitting watching me play for probably 20 minutes before I got to that guy.
And you got to him and you're like, man, this would be a lot easier if I joined you, wouldn't it? Yeah, probably. We died anyway, but... Well, I'm not okay. We died on that, and then you can set up these spawn points.
Yeah, one of the items you can buy with the currency is basically checkpoint tokens.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah.
What that allowed you to do is, instead of it being a game over, it just sends you back earlier into the level. But you still got all the same skills, all the same. You lose your gear because you died, but you've still got the same. You've kept the XP and whatnot that you earned.
Okay. So as opposed to Rogue Legacy, it's you
well
no,
Rogue
like
Legacy
your level stays kind of like in Rogue Legacy where the tree stays. So your different bonuses. In this, you just if you get up to level like 20 in a run and you die and everything's done, you're still
that character is still level 20.
Okay.
Yeah, there's 3 different characters. We've unlocked 2 of them.
You haven't locked the
I haven't found, no, not yet. I actually haven't played again since we played.
Oh, really? Shit.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't know. Each character plays a bit differently. The first one you start off with is just, she has a rapier. She's a bit more mobile. She's a bit faster. Doesn't hit quite as hard, but kind of jump in and out a bit easier. The second guy was...
Two-handed sword.
Yeah. And very interesting. I mean, it's. I'm not going to say it's unique or even particularly inventive, but I like his character backstory in
where he's a bunch of souls underneath a cloak.
Yeah, he's kind of metal.
Yeah, he's the souls of every dead soldier to go back into the formed into one being, and he's wearing a cloak.
I have a really quick tangent that I want to cover.
Sure.
Okay.
Have you heard of Dual Hitler?
That is the weirdest fucking tangent I've ever heard. No, I have not heard of that.
It is a game where you are 2 kids standing one on top of the other in a quap-like fashion, and you are Hitler, and you have to do this thing. It's this weird game where you're trying to
like Hitler. You look like Hitler.
Well, you're dressed like Hitler, this long trench coat, it goes down to the feet because, like I said, you are 2 children, one on top of the shoulders of the other. And the other one, a little mustache, and they're, leaning back and forth, and they're trying not to be found out.
By what, Himmler, or...
I guess. I don't know.
Goebbels?
I don't know all the details. I haven't played it, but I came across it on Rock, Paper, Shotgun, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Anyway.
Yeah.
Back to our regularly scheduled program.
One note with this Odyssey.
Yeah, there's a story we should tell.
Yeah, so how this worked was... part of you go down.
It's drop in, drop out co-op.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the
That's
way
cool.
the way it's set up is that you go down individual levels. You're going deeper and deeper.
Tiers.
Into the abyss. And every once in a while, you get to a bonus stage where you become one of the monsters you fight.
Okay.
And you have to kill a bunch of monsters. And if you beat them, you get the ability to turn into that monster.
Okay.
For you do it with a special ability too, where you steal their souls. It kind of gives you a free life where you can turn into
an alternate life. Basically, they have a separate health bar, separate moveset and everything, and you can swap between them at will. Okay. So you can actually kind of use them as you can use them to soak up damage, whereas otherwise it'd be affecting your main character.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and if you die in that monster form, you just go back to your main character.
Cool.
So anyway, I had dropped out for. Oh, I was eating frozen yogurt. It was delicious. Anyway, so I finished the yogurt. He spawned into this bonus level. I was like, perfect opportunity to come back in.
Yeah.
So I joined as a skeleton. We did the level. We failed. When we came out of the level, I was still the skeleton. One, I was still the skeleton. 2, I was level 0. And 3, I was immortal.
You had 0 of 0 health.
I according to the game, I didn't actually exist.
No.
Except for the fact that I could still kill things.
Certain things get affected when a multiplayer or another character jumps in. It's like the bosses become harder. There's 2 bosses
instead of 1.
Yeah. Except in this, none of that happened. None of that triggered.
No. It's like I wasn't there, but I could just punch things. And they'd hit me, but I'd take no damage. I could run across lava. I'd take no damage.
I could light you on fire.
I periodically, if you hit me while I was jumping, I'd end up stuck halfway into the floor, which made it amazing for some of the boss fights, because then shit just goes over my head and I can keep punching them.
Like fish.
Yeah, like fish. Oh,
fucking fish.
You need to play this game just to understand. I don't know what's going on in Chile, but they have some fucked up obsession with fish down there, man, when they're making their games.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, it is still...
Is it early access?
Nope. Yeah. Oh, isn't it?
It is out.
Is it? Okay.
It is a game.
We should probably report that bug.
I think we just did.
But it was, God, it was entertaining. Like, the whole time. I'd be stuck in the floor for no apparent reason. I get stuck on things. Like, it's like the game just... My presence just fucked everything up.
That's fucking
And the only thing I
hilarious.
can see as being the cause is that instead of joining and being a player character...
Well, we did a weird combination of you died, you exited, you came back. Not only did you exit, you actually exited the game, which lost all progress. Then you joined back in
the special mode.
Then you died again, and then, I don't know. There was some weird confluence of
either
joining,
or,
dying.
I ended up becoming
you basically
a god.
just carried me. I mean, we got to the boss at the very end of the thing, and I'm thinking, have fun.
Yeah, like I couldn't even, unless I quit the game, like I tried to turn back into my regular form. That didn't work. I couldn't do anything. I was stuck. I didn't exist. Whatever, I guess I'll punch things. It was highly entertaining. We may have...
we beat the game.
We beat the game. One other cool thing is that the way the game's set up is that they release more content as more and more players kill the final boss.
Okay.
So
it kind of ties into the meta narrative where killing the boss, the warlock, is asleep at the bottom of the abyss, and what the abyss and all its denizens, all the monsters in it are actually reflections of his nightmares giving physical form.
Yeah,
including you.
Yes,
that's not a spoiler. You. That's clearly spelled out quite quickly.
Huh.
You are a dream trying to fight your way through a dream to stop the guy from dreaming. So essentially, if you ever wake him up, you are killing yourself.
We need to go deeper.
Yeah. Basically, here's what it says on the Steam page. When the collective community of Abyss Odyssey when the collective community of Abyss Odyssey players, okay, I guess that actually technically makes sense as a sentence, defeats the final boss enough times, his mask breaks to reveal a new identity. Each time this is achieved, new content will be unlocked in the game, including new enemies and other dynamics.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you can play the game right now, which it launched last week?
Yeah. Legitimately, I could probably play the game right now and have it will be a different game than when last time I played it.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
I'm not, again,
it's a cool way of going about updating the game, right?
And it's tied into player progression.
And it also would make it so that if people stop playing your game, I guess you don't have to update it anymore.
There is that.
We had some stuff ready, but there's only one guy named Carl in San Francisco that's still playing this, so...
He's just never logged out. We don't really know.
The new enemy is Carl.
Yeah.
This game is actually just about you, Carl.
Anyway, it's $15 on Steam. There's co-op, there's online multiplayer, there's...
Versus.
Yeah, there's versus. It's fun. I had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, it was a good game.
Would you go back to it right now?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, I will. Hopefully, I don't know. You want to play again sometime? I don't know what the fuck our weekends are looking like, other than busy.
This week I'm in Mooseman.
Yeah. All right. That's a place, folks, not a moose.
Yes, it's a town.
That's not a moose. That's in a man.
Yeah. Anyway, the other game I've been playing that's worth talking about is Endless Legend.
Which I really want to buy.
It's so cool. Oh my god.
I've played all the other Endless games. Like I played Endless Space too. So
You did play Dungeon of the Endless. You bought that around the same time I did.
And I was only shown Endless Legend by the devs at PAX East, and wow, that game is fucking pretty.
yeah.
Like, amazing.
Well, they all have a really similar art style. Kind of a same art philosophy, let's say.
Yeah.
Because, it shares a lot of similarities between Dungeon of the Endless, which is, I guess, the most recent one.
Yes.
No,
Endless Space came out before Dungeon of the Endless.
Yeah, and Endless Legend came out after Dungeon of the Endless.
Yes.
Yeah. So the Dungeon of the Endless was the most recent one up to this.
Oh, was? Yeah. Okay, yeah. I thought you said is. I'm like, no.
Well, this is still early access,
so
isn't
it's
it?
Dungeon of the Endless.
Oh, good point.
And isn't Endless Space?
No, that one's fully out.
That one's actually out now.
Yeah, it's a 4X space game.
Well, yeah, I know.
And
but
this is a 4X, not space game.
Fantasy civilization type game.
It's very similar to Civ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, I compared it to like Civ and Alpha Centauri for character design and stuff like that. Not like, taken from that, but like building up your characters and having different armor, different weapons, different loadouts.
Yeah, guys, it's been like 15 fucking years since I played Alpha Centauri. Did that have hero units?
No.
Okay.
That's a different thing.
Yeah.
I was actually going to compare that to, there's a fantasy game.
Hero of Might and Magic?
No. Well,
actually,
yes.
kinda, yeah.
No, I was thinking something else, but it doesn't matter.
Anyway, Endless Legend. It's a 4X game. It's still tied into the Endless universe, which is kind of awesome.
It's a planet in the Endless universe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, actually, it's the planet that the Dungeon of the Endless takes part on. Dungeon of the Endless takes place underneath the surface of
that.
Endless Legend. Let's see if I can keep this straight.
Yeah.
Which is why, as you continue, if you continue up, I guess, through Dungeon of the Endless, you will actually start encountering monster types from Endless Legend.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome.
And the one of the races in Endless Legend is effectively the survivors of the crashed ship, because they are you'll notice they don't really look anything else like the rest of the races, and technologically they're a bit different. It's like they have a different starting point, so to speak. And I don't quote me on this, but I'm like 85% sure they are the offspring of the Dungeons of the Endless people.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And the rest of this game is fucking cool too. It takes the heroes kind of concept from Heroes of Might and Magic, where you've got one big general type unit that you can deck out with specialized gear, has different abilities. You can put them, I guess, in the. It wasn't Civ that did this. What freaking game? Oh no, it was Total War, where you could have generals. You could use them either as a general or a governor, so you could have them kind of commanding armies or
modify. Yeah, you could do that in Endless Space too.
Okay, sure.
Where you have your heroes that if they're on a ship, they do this thing, or they're really good at they'll boost your science, they'll boost your economy.
They give bonuses to the manufacturing or the production of whatever the hell in one of your cities. And it's a 4X game. You build cities with settlers, and then you go out and build more cities, preferably in location. It's very, very similar in that regard to Alpha Centauri, just visually. Just because it's a hex grid, you can actually toggle on the the notification of what resources are available on this set of tiles.
Okay.
Which, again, really close to Alpha Centauri, and I don't know. I've only played a couple of different species or races or
whatever.
Whatever you want to call them. One of them's really interesting in that they are not necessarily pacifist, but they are capitalists. Really, they are traders by nature, which means they're kind of almost Romani, or they're
okay.
They're kind of they're I'm trying to think of the fucking word. They're what the hell is the opposite of they settle in one place?
Oh, they're vagrants. Nomads.
Nomadic.
Yeah, they're semi-nomadic in that you can actually pick up your fucking cities and move them.
Cool.
They are on the back of giant scarabs.
What?
Yeah, like
You know what? If the gypsies had any, they should have put their shit on giant scarabs. Nobody
Yeah.
fuck with them anymore.
and yeah, kind of the biggest, most obvious thing about these guys is they cannot declare war.
Oh.
They can have
Ward on?
They can be warred on. They can certainly.
Can they make combat units at all? Then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. They
Yeah.
just can't. They can't. They can only defend themselves.
Yeah, I mean, they can certainly go out and beat somebody to death after they've declared war on them, but they're really more interested in kind of manipulating the markets, gaining an economic advantage over their enemies, making them poor.
Fair enough.
That seems like the race that I would play. Totally.
I'm having a lot of fun with it. I mean, plus they look really cool. They're all insectile. They're humans, but they ride giant fucking scarabs.
Which is cool.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say about it. It is early access.
The
just a
combat
note.
system.
The combat. Oh yeah, fuck the combat system.
I think we talked about it with one of our PAX wrap-ups.
Yeah, it is a weird fucking combat system.
I only saw a little bit. I saw you fighting some hydras.
Yeah, it is a turn-based 4X game in that you take turns. Seasons turn over.
Yeah.
Production takes X amount of turns, et cetera, et cetera. All takes place on a overworld hex grid.
But
Except the combat also takes place on the overworld hex grid.
in a totally different system.
Yeah, how it kind of ends up working is, say, it's a 5-on-5. You've got 5 units, they've got 5 units.
Yeah.
Your units travel on a single grid, a la Civ, a la whatever the hell. But when combat starts, your units actually, the camera zooms in, the units spread out, and it then takes place on the topographic terrain of the 4X game. Except it's a lot.
It's like elevation differences.
Yeah, well,
and then there's like forests where you
Yeah.
have like extra defense and stuff like that.
Yeah, it kind of all those things are kind of reflected, but have no real meaning in the bigger overworld kind of campaign scenarios or gameplay type. You can actually do interesting things where you can build a city in a choke point, and because of that, they can't get around it, which is one of the reasons elevation can affect the non-combat aspects of the game.
Okay.
But as far as the combat goes, yeah, basically you get in a scram, and then it kind of just your units spread out. You choose your deployment area,
Yeah.
and then you fight on the same map that all your cities are on and stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything like Civ, where Civ kind of abstracts it entirely, where units just kind of bump into each other, or it doesn't do anything like the Total War games, where it brings in an entirely different map.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I really like your system too, because you select the units, tell them what to do, and both teams do that at the same time, and then it's just like a go round where they all move at the exact same time, and whatever happens.
Yeah, it's initiative basically. There's actually an initiative.
Yeah.
order
Yeah.
on top.
Yeah, it is. And from what I could tell, it worked really well.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of getting used to, just not being able to dictate the minutia of each character or each unit's movement. But yeah, you can definitely. It leads to a much greater tactical kind of game than Civ, which tends to be build the biggest things you have, put the biggest amount of them into the biggest group you've got, and then just throw them at people. Somebody.
And if that doesn't work, nuke them.
Yep.
Yeah.
I.e. the death stack.
Yeah, the death stack. Whereas this actually, just as an example of a battle, the Nomad guys I'm playing right now, they're kind of a cavalry race.
Okay.
Again, giant insects, which means they're fast, they're mobile. They have some good hit and run units, just archers, and then they got some light cavalry and stuff. And
So you're Mongolians.
very similar in nature, actually. Yeah,
Cool.
and one of the things I ended up managing to do was I found this nest of Hydra-like things out on a peninsula.
That's what you were fighting that day, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And they, in a purely numerical sense, they actually outclassed me fairly significantly. They were just bigger, they were meaner, they hit harder.
They had so many heads.
They had a great many heads. They were just tougher than I was. But what you could do is the location that they've spawned on, they're neutral camps, like minor factions, whatever you want to call them.
okay.
They're environmental enemies, which is one of the reasons I can attack them, like barbarians in Civ.
Mhm.
I managed to basically pin them on the end of their peninsula with only a single hex-wide way to get to me. And as dangerous...
Well, that's where you were when I came in.
And as dangerous as these guys are, they can only move one hex at a time. So what you can actually do is just force them to come at you single file, put your beefiest unit in the front, and then just rain arrows down them across like the waterways and the peninsulas and behind your cover. And yeah, that's not something you can do in a Civ game or well, it's something you can do in a Total War game, but that takes like 2 hours.
Well, not necessarily. I did that in a Total War game. It was Empire.
I played with the largest army sizes.
Fair enough. I can't remember the situation, but I had a pretty big problem with numbers, and I was attacking a fort, and like I said, all their numbers were in this big ass fort. I had very, very little, so I took my cannons, fired one hole in their structure, and made them all funnel through there, and all their numbers stood for nothing.
Well, that's just bad AI.
Well, there was that too. There was some really shitty AI in that game.
A little bit.
Especially with rifles. Oh,
yeah.
man. It's like, you just... That was the thing with Empire.
And Napoleon.
And Napoleon, yeah. It's like, bayonet and just go. Like, screw everything else, just stab them. Because that's way better.
Shot, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Just... That was pretty much the winning strategy because they just could not figure out how to use rifles. If you just put a knife in the end and told them to run, like the AI would just freak out and you'd win.
Huh.
In fact, I remember a really good situation where I was fighting against something like 4 cannon units, and that was it. And I had like a few regiments, and it was like, if I auto resolved it, I would have lost, like, there was a big chance that I would have lost most of my troops.
Okay.
I'm like, that is total bullshit. So in the planning, I just made everyone like one line, told them, oh, okay, just plug your guns and just run straight. Like, just go full bore. I think I lost like 2 people. And just swarmed them. And it was beautiful. But anyway.
Yeah. Sibby? Or Alex? Damn it.
You with the hair?
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Endless Legend. There's 2 on Steam right now. The Founders Pack and then the Classic Pack. The Classic Pack is $31, $35. It's on sale right now until I assume it comes out 10% off. The reason I actually brought that up though is that if you have Dungeons of the Endless, you actually end up getting a little bit of bonus material if you buy the Founders Pack as
Such
well.
as?
The Refrigerator, a ship pack for Dungeon of the Endless. I don't know.
There's a character you get too, isn't there?
And a character. As well as 50% Steam coupon for Endless Space and Endless Space Disharmony. Basically, I'm just saying, if you've got Dungeon of the Endless, it might kind of be worth it, maybe more so than otherwise, because you do actually get a little bit of bonus stuff for Endless Legend as well by buying the Founders Pack. But, yeah. I don't know. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm going to keep playing with it. It's a bit slow.
It's a 4X game.
Yeah.
Well, part of that is also in that just to learn my current campaign I'm playing right now, I decided to go for large islands for 3 races, so I basically haven't interacted with anybody else yet. This was just a chance to get a grip on the different, mechanics of it. But yeah.
Until you get a boat.
I got a boat.
Oh.
I got a boat. I'm exploring.
A big boat?
Well, no, it's not. It's not a boat per se. It basically just you research something and it allows your units to traverse on water now.
So it's not just a boat; it's a ship.
Sure,
it's water boots
full of friends.
Basically,
a veritable friendship, one would say.
I think we're done.
Yep.
Do either of you get that? Please tell me at least one of you get that.
Nope.
Okay, I've got some videos to show you later.
Well, I gotta go to work.
It's Battle Block Theater.
Oh, yeah.
The story is really fucking.
The only bit of Battle Block Theater I ever played was with you guys that day.
Yep, and I wasn't honestly that impressed.
Well, that's because you jumped straight into it and you were like, the controls, it's still floaty. Which
It's crazy floaty.
yeah, but
I kicked you guys' asses in soccer.
well, soccer, football, baseball, basketball, Dota, all the sports.
Yes.
And on that really anticlimactic note,
Yeah.
we're gonna end.
I can scream really loud if you want.
I'd rather.
I don't know. This has been Face to Face Gaming Podcast, episode 26.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching or listening or
Stuff.
Stuff.
reasons.
Yeah.
Bye, folks.
Bye.
See ya.